They did, and they know how to play tough games, and they know how to come from behind. And they were down 14 points twice in that game. Kirby Smart historically has always had great defenses at the University of Georgia. But the guy on the other side there, that quarterback, Stetson Bennett, that is quite a story. This was a walk on. This was a Juco kid who came back to Athens, Georgia. This is a kid that's, when he came back, was like third on the depth chart, and he wound up being the starter. Other guys played poorly, other guys got hurt, and he led them or managed them a year ago to get to the championship game. He got him to the championship game this year by his boldness down the field, him throwing the football. And, if Kirby Smart was to give you a card with his name and address and phone number and email, on that card, it would say defense. What won them the game? Their offense.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you talk about out of character. Holy cow, this was so surprising. And I will say this, Bennett had no fear. He stayed in the pocket. He made passes at crunch time. He went down the field in attack mode. He threw for 398, I think it was, and a ton of touchdowns. And that's totally out of character for him because he's a quarterback, John, that would just manage the game. He'd throw short passes and they'd hand it off to the McIntoshes of the world and the whole group of running backs that they have, and they just ball. And then defensively, they just kick your butt. Wow, that was quite a performance by Stetson Bennett in that victory.
Yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed watching him play, and to your point, the backstory, the walk on at Georgia doesn't really get any reps the first year, goes to JUCO, and then gets the scholarship to come back to be a backup. And I guess that was during the whole Justin Fields when he transferred to Ohio State. So there was a little bit of flow between those two teams. But you got to give it up for this kid because they won the championship last season, and now they might win it again.
Bennett threw for 398 and 3 touchdowns in that win. 398. He'd go 3 weeks where he wouldn't throw for 398 collectively during the SEC season. But I think it also proves the point. Kirby Smart, Georgia, and the conference they play in, there are a lot of tough games on that schedule you play in. And there are a bunch of games that kind of go down to the crunch at the end. So tremendous win by Georgia.